Hey everybody, Coach Adam here. Welcome back to episode number 2 of the Health Habits series. And so in today's video, we're going to be discussing the topic of hydration. Now before I start, I hope you enjoyed episode 1. I hope you've gained a lot of value from it. And I hope you use the information that was discussed in that video. Okay, so let's talk about hydration. Let's talk about the benefits. How does being hydrated improve whatever it is we do in the gym? So let's talk about it a little bit. So hydration improves joint range of motion. So what does that mean? So all your joints, right? So your ankle, your knees, your hips, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, all those things. These joints are very malleable. They can move in all different sorts of directions. And so when you're not drinking enough water, it limits that freedom that our joints do have. I'll give you a good example. If you're not really hydrating very well and you come into the gym, and you want to squat and you realize, hey, why can't I go deeper? I used to be able to go down. Last week, I squatted much deeper than today. Why is that? Well, let's talk about it. Did you drink? Were you hydrated? That may be it. You might not have an ankle problem. You might not have a knee problem. You just might be dehydrated. So start drinking that water. Increased performance. So obviously, we all know, if you come in here and you don't drink and you don't have your water bottle, or you go your whole session, and you don't drink enough water, versus somebody who has his water bottle and is constantly sipping on that water throughout the workout session, their performances, one is gonna have an amazing workout and one is gonna be struggling by halfway. So improves performance. I think, if you walk in here, with a full stomach and, hydrated, and then you have your water bottle, you're already setting yourself up for success. Improves cognitive abilities. So whether you work, whether you're at school, whether you're speaking to people at an event, wherever you are, the ability to process information, the ability to be clear and concise, the ability to connect words and form sentences. Hydration and drinking water can help you with that. It can make being clear and concise much, much easier. You might stumble around your words. You might stutter. You might forget what you said. All that comes from lack of dehydration. Now, we're human beings. Sometimes we forget, we make mistakes. I understand that. But that 1 out of 4 times that you've forgotten something is probably because you weren't hydrated. So, something to think about. So let's talk about the negatives a little bit. Can make it harder to exercise and decreases performance. So the benefit is if you drink water, it improves performance. If you're not hydrated and you're coming here, thirsty, it decreases performance, And the people who come here hydrated and on an full stomach and hydrated coming in and then sipping on water throughout the workout are the people who are gonna get the most results. Because, you get out of it what you put in, So let's talk about a little bit more. Can cause muscle cramps, joint pain, muscle tightness or stiffness. Again, going back here, reducing joint range of motion. Again, going back to improves joint range of motion, reduces joint range of motion. Muscle cramps are that feeling where you do an exercise and you're done with that exercise, but the muscle that you were engaging when you were doing that exercise is still tightening. But it's not tightening because of your command. It's tightening by itself. You're not controlling it, but it hurts. It's a feeling of tightness that's painful. So that comes from not being hydrated. Joint pain, again, going back to improves joint range of motion, reducing joint range of motion. You may have pain in your joints. Maybe when you're squatting, you may have pain. You know, when you're squatting up and down, maybe when you're coming down, or maybe when you're at that bottom part, or when you're pressing up, you know, you may have pain, and it's not because you have some sort of serious issue. You have an issue that can be fixed. So, something to think about. All right, now the big question, you know, how much water should I drink? How much water should you drink? I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. There is no exact number for everybody. Everybody's different based on the gender, the age, physical activity level, the temperature, weather outside, and so many other factors that I can't think of right now at the top of my head. So I can't tell you how much water you should be drinking, but what I can tell you is I can give you some tips to put yourself in the best position to be able to reach that exact number that you need for your day. So, tip number 1, eat foods that have a high water content. So, I put 3 fruits and 3 vegetables. So, we have watermelons, strawberries, and oranges. You can think of more, there's more, so you can go look this up online where, you know, fruits that have a high water content. This is really good, so you don't have to worry about drinking water as much. You still do, you can't get everything from foods, but this kind of takes away some of the work. If you're already implementing it into your breakfast, lunch, dinner, then you're not gonna have to worry so much about, oh my God, I need to be drinking water. Oh my God, I completely forgot. 6 hours went by and I haven't drank water. You know, so again, some vegetables, cucumbers, celery, and lettuce. Tip number 2, and this is one I need to be doing as well. Some days I do it, some days I forget, depending, you know, on the day, is drinking lots of water when I wake up. You know, drinking lots of water when you wake up. So I do this the night before. I have a water bottle. It could be a regular sized water bottle. Have it, or a glass of water, whatever, cover it. And when you wake up the next day, drink that glass of water. I mean, we are in a fasted state when we sleep. If you sleep for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and you wake up, don't you feel a little dehydrated? No, but people carry on with their lives. They go do this, go do that, go do this, go do that. Brushing your teeth, using the bathroom. Okay, those things are great. But do the first thing, which is getting that glass of water and drinking that water as soon as you wake up. Set an alarm. This, I believe, maybe Coach Sean has, you know, talked about this a little bit. Setting an alarm. You know, set an alarm. It can be every hour. It can be every 2 hours. It can be every 3 hours. Find a time that you can drink water and be consistent with it. Now, everybody's personal schedules is different, so I can't tell you when to drink. You know, but I do advise you drink lots of water when you wake up. That's what I do advise. But as for the alarm, I'll let you decide that. There's many apps online. Maybe you just set an alarm. You set the alarms on your alarm app that everybody has on their iPhone. So I'm gonna let you think about that and see how you can work that out. That is it for today's video. Health Habits Series episode number 2. The topic was hydration. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section or come up to me in person and ask me. And if I don't know the answer, I'll go find somebody who does have the answer. And I'll quote them in the comments, or I'll make them respond to you in the comments using my profile. All right. Thank you very much for listening. See you next time.